Good afternoon. Great to have you with us here at 4 o'clock. I'm Dustin Grove alongside my friend Felicia Lawrence.
Yes, happy to be here. So we are going to have more on those headlines in just a moment, but also it's a feeling in the workplace that's impacting nearly half of all workers.
It is called quiet cracking. Have you heard this? It's a silent underlying struggle a lot of people can relate to right now. We're going to dig into what exactly it is and how it's impacting so many people. That's also ahead later this hour.
We got to talk about it.
But we begin with this. People of faith from across Indiana are gathering outside a state prison this afternoon, not to protest, but to pray.
And they're holding a public vigil outside the Miami Correctional Facility, which has been dubbed the Speedway Slammer by Homeland Security. The state is allowing the feds to use up to 1,000 beds there for Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Emily Longnecker was there. She joins us live from Miami County now with what happened.
Yeah, the United Methodist Church organized today's vigil outside of Miami Correctional Facility, but you had folks from all religious denominations gathering here to pray and sing, and they had one question in their prayers, that question for Indiana's leaders. That question was, what would Jesus do?
God bless the people who welcome them home.
For these folks, that answer is not what they see happening in Indiana and across the country, with a greater crackdown and detention of immigrants, some who are undocumented. Monday's vigil comes a day after a weekend protest at Camp Atterbury, where people gathered to speak out against that facility being used to house ICE detainees. No date has been set for when that will start. That's the same here for the Miami Correctional Facility. Those gathered say both are wrong.
We're concerned about the treatment of immigrants. We're concerned that human dignity be preserved and celebrated. And we think it's good anytime we come together. And we believe in the power of prayer. And so to come together and to pray for things that matter.
Well, the gospel teaches us that we're brothers and sisters. We're all children of God. And Jesus taught us to love one another. And these are our brothers and sisters. So it's as simple as that.
Lord, have mercy.
Christ have mercy.
And earlier this month, Governor Braun announced that state agencies, including the Department of Corrections, would be working in greater cooperation with ICE, including here at the Miami Correctional Facility, where 1,000 beds are slated to be set aside for ICE detainees. The folks here gathered today said several prayers, including prayers asking that Indiana's leaders' hearts be softened to immigrants in this state, including the ICE officers who would be detaining some of these folks, arresting them, and possibly bringing them here. In Miami County, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Thank you, Emily. And a former police officer is on trial this week, accused of raping a domestic violence victim after he responded to a call at her home.
Our Rich Nye was in the courtroom for opening statements today, where the defense argued the sex was consensual.
Myron Howard is charged with rape, criminal confinement, and official misconduct. In January last year, Howard responded with other officers to a domestic violence call at an address on North Olney Street. The prosecution says a woman had a bloody lip and injured jaw. Her boyfriend was arrested. But when the incident ended, Howard drove around the neighborhood and returned to the house a few minutes after the other officers left. The prosecution says Howard talked his way into the home and threatened the woman that she could have been arrested too. The prosecution told the jury that Howard raped her in the bedroom under the threat of going to jail. But the defense told the jury that the woman waved at Howard from the porch, invited him inside, and had consensual sex with him. The defense says she lied about it, fearing what would happen if her boyfriend found out. Howard was terminated by IMPD. Coming up at 5, another incident where Howard allegedly had sex with a woman while on duty who he was supposed to be helping. Rich Nye, 13 News.
Metro Police tell us the 19-year-old man accused of shooting an officer last month has died. Tyson Reach died over the weekend. He was shot by police during an alleged traffic stop involving a stolen car. The officer who was shot is recovering. 3 other suspects have been arrested in the incident.
We are learning more this afternoon about big changes coming to Indy's southwest side.
And even bigger plans for a company getting ready to move there. Jenna Webster is here with what will be coming next. And Jenna, this actually involves the old GM stamping plant.
Yeah, so this is that location, 103-acre site. It's along the White River, just south of the zoo. Now, since the GM plant closed in 2011, it's long been a topic of discussion what to do with this land. So back in 2022, Elanco started building its new headquarters on about 40 acres there. That's set to open in October. The company is currently based in Greenfield, so about 725 employees will now be working at the new Indianapolis HQ. Today, the state confirms Elanco bought another 56 acres in the area from the state for $27 million. The plan is to partner with other organizations, including Purdue University, to build the One Health Innovation District. It will include research institutes, pilot facilities, labs, and clinical care for animals. There may also be housing and retail space in the district. Today, the CEO says this is the first of many big moments for the district. Together with Purdue and the state of Indiana, we're building something that will drive innovation and improve lives for decades to come. Now, with today's sale, the state confirms to me it still owns about 35 acres of land in that area. So we're still waiting to learn if there are future plans kind of for that site. And coming up tonight at 5:30, we're going to talk with neighbors about what they think about this development in their backyard.
Okay, hearing more of the potential impact in the community.
Those are big plans.
Thank you, Jenna. Well, we got news from the Indiana Pacers. They are signing veteran assistant coach Johnny Carpenter. So Carpenter was working in player development and a scouting role last season with the Memphis Grizzlies. Before that, he spent time with the Virginia Cavaliers, acting in various roles like assistant coach. Carpenter also previously worked under Rick Carlisle, Pacers head coach, from 2014-15 with the Dallas Mavericks. Okay. And preseason for the Colts is in the books. Now it is full speed ahead as we approach the regular season.
Moving on, excited to get started here. Roster cuts will be happening today and tomorrow. That'll give us a clearer picture as to who will be suiting up for Indy this season. Now, one thing is for sure, the quarterback situation is final. Daniel Jones is the starter and will be for the entirety of the season, barring injury. Colts head coach Shane Steichen spoke to the media today. He said now that QB1 is set in stone, the team can move forward with game planning for the Miami Dolphins on September 7th.
I think that's a big part of it, with him being the guy now, is going through that operation, obviously going through the Miami tape, this week and next week with him, what he likes, what he doesn't like. Obviously, catering, around his strengths, like you said, is all part of it. So we'll work through that, having discussions with him right now and tomorrow and as we go through this week to get that thing wired up.
The deadline for roster cuts is tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Well, this week, AES customers have 2 more chances to weigh in on a proposed rate increase. The proposal could raise customers' bills more than $20 per month. The IURC has to sign off on the proposal by early next year. 2 public meetings on the rate hikes took place last week. AES leaders tell us the increase is necessary to keep up with the rising cost of business. Customers say all of these price increases are just getting to be too much. And the next 2 public hearings on the rate increase are today and Wednesday at 6 p.m. You can find the locations at WTHR.com.
I want to give a quick shout out now to the 225 senior Olympians competing this week in the 10th annual Boone County Senior Services Olympic Games. They invited me to give some opening remarks this morning, and they are pumped. Look at that. I love the headband and the sunglasses. This is a reminder. This was a reminder. There I was. This is a reminder to me that, life doesn't slow down or stop just because we get older. It keeps going, and so can we.
Yes.
Isn't that awesome?
People talk about avoiding age when that's the goal.
Yeah.
Those are lucky people. You're the lucky one when you can wear this tie-dye and move around. Yeah.
It's everything. It's basketball, it's golf, it's track and field, it's bocce ball, and they were just, as I said, pumped, very excited.
Are they running circles around us?
Oh yeah. There
Dustin
are a
and I
couple of
talk
them.
about our workouts all the time.
There are a
Wow.
couple that would definitely, they definitely be
Give
nice.
us a run for our money.
What a great day today too. I mean,
It's so nice.
What is this? We call it false fall? Because I think summer's going to come back.
Yeah, we usually have some hot days in September. I just checked. My house is as cool as it's been all summer, and it didn't take the highest energy bill that I've had in 10 years.
All right.
Oh my
To
gosh.
get there.
See, Sean,
Celebrate.
We're sticking it to the man, baby.
That's a win.
Sean is going to have it cold in this house until
Right.
December 1st.
It's not turning that heat on.
We're sticking it to the man, courtesy of the air mass that originated over northern Canada. We appreciate you there. Look at this. It's beautiful out there. We've had cloud cover popping up as expected, and this will be a daily ritual where we have plenty of sun in the morning, and then we get this cloud deck popping up with the daytime heating. We've shot up to 72 at this hour, west-northwest wind at 15, and that dew point is sitting at 50 degrees. Comfortable stuff for sure. We've got a lot of 60s on the map too because the cloud cover has been varying from at times mostly cloudy. In some spots, it's mostly sunny. So it's one of those deals, and we've seen a few lake effect showers. Even cooler air ahead the next couple of nights. How close we'll be to a record low, we'll see it at the 7-day.